Once you are on the other side, you cannot try and take out the guard working on the circuit box or climb up the ladder immediately because you will be seen by the other person he's talking to. So instead, you have to wait until his conversation is done and then make your way up the ladder. Don't bother trying to take that guy down because, in my experience, if you do that, you still end up getting caught.
I know. Well, go wherever you are going. Patrol or something.
Once I heard the guy on the circuit board tell the other guy to go back to patrolling, I knew I was safe to make my way past him and climb up the ladder. On top of the tower, I found a couple of throwing knives and another gas mask filter. I then made my way across this platform and waited for the guy on the other side in the other tower to be facing the opposite direction. Then I crawled under the section here to take out the guard on the opposite tower with a throwing knife. Something to remember if you happen to try this challenge yourself: on Full Dive Ranger Hardcore difficulty, you need to make sure you actually selected the throwing knives before you try and throw them, as my first attempt at this level ended when I accidentally threw a decoy at him instead. Since you don't have a crosshair, it's easier to aim at him with the revolver and then press your button to throw the throwing knife. I put out the fire and grabbed my knife back from the guy before grabbing a few other things and making my way down the ladder. Once I'm down at the bottom, I only have one more guy that I have to get past. So I hug the wall over to around this section right here, where I hide behind the view of the tires and wait for him to turn around, going back in the other direction. Once he does turn around, I carefully make my way down the corridor, hiding behind the piles of tires and eventually moving through the crates. Once the guard has turned around once again, I make my way through the last little bit right here and climb through the small hole in the wall, finishing the first real stealth section that you need to be careful not to mess up.